Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on High Tide. I just did a video on innovation industrial properties, IIPR, Tilray, and Grow Generation. It was kind of a combo. Three hot MJ plays that you all need to consider. And this is another favorite one of mine. I like to do videos about this one. Every time I talk about this one, it's gained another store. It's growing. I see a big future in this one. So this one is HITID, ticker HITI. Used to be, I think when I first started talking about HITIF, then it went to HITID. Now it's on Robinhood here. It used to be over the counter, so now it's HITI. So this is kind of when it was listed here on June 3rd, and it was $8.74, and it's just been kind of a sharp drop off and went up, and then it kind of dropped off again. So, but these are all long-term plays for myself, so I'll take it, but need to purchase some of this one. I keep forgetting to buy some of this one here in Robinhood, but here's what it looks like over the last 3 months. So it's down almost 20%, down a little bit over 10% in the last month. It's actually up, not much, but it's up a little bit in the green, and here's what it did today. So if you don't know what this one is, a manufacturer and retail of MJ smoking accessories and lifestyle products. It operates through the following segments: wholesale, retail, and corporate. So the retail segment represents by brands including, I love their names, Canna Cabana, New Leaf, MJ, Meta MJ, Kush Bar, Grass City, Smoke Cartel, and CBD City. So this one was founded in 2009. A little volume, over 261,000, so not a lot of volume on this one. 300 and we'll just call it 40 million on the market cap. And here's the last earnings. And so, like I said, I don't have any of this one here in Robinhood, but I'll watch it and see if it comes down anymore. So, High Tide is an overlooked stock, could double in price, and that's what I've always said about this one. It's just constantly growing, so why High Tide stock could climb. It is one of the most overlooked pot stocks going on, and if Wall Street is my indicator, it's also one of the most undervalued. That's saying a lot, especially when consider that High Tide stock is up by 210% year over year and 130% year to date. High Tide stock is listed on the NASDAQ, but because High Tide is based in Canada, it often gets overlooked by United States investors. So it is a Canadian, but they have their eye closely on the United States for whenever legalization happens. So they're just going to explode, I think, here. But they keep growing and releasing stores. Like I said, every time I talk about them, they release stores. I think their goal by the end of the year is 115, and I think right now they have 95. So the analysts covering High Tide stock, their average 12-month price target is $13.50 with a high estimate of 15. That points to potential gains of 95% and 116% respectively. Why the bullish sentiment? There's a lot going on with High Tide, so you can kind of see what's done here from October to September, so in the last year. It hit that peak back there in February like I showed you, but it's stayed kind of, traded kind of flat, a little bit down, but we'll just kind of trading kind of sideways. So, but if they operate a chain of almost 100 Canna Cabana retail locations across Canada, so it's getting close to October, so they got about 15 more by the end of the year to hit their goal. So we'll see if that happens. I'm putting my bets on it that it will. So it's going to get a lot bigger by the end of the calendar year 2021. High Tide expects to be operating 110 stores. So this says 110. I think in some of my past videos, I think they were projecting 115. So the company's current long-term target is 200 locations, so looking to double. High Tide also has a huge online presence, which include 3 of the 5 most popular online platforms for MJ consumption accessories in the world. Companies, web sites, Grass City, Smoke Cartel, Daily High Club, Dank Stop, Fab CBD, and CBD City. HITID Incorporated, a wholesale segment, designs, manufactures, and distributes proprietary and licensed MJ consumption accessories. Here's kind of some of their year-to-date results. So they have not too bad on everything, a strong third quarter. So I'm just going to kind of skim through the rest of this. You can find this on profitconfidential.com. But a nice growing company, and I did talk about this last time, was added to 3 prominent exchange traded funds last time, so that's got to say something for it as well. So I've talked about quite a few of the ETFs here on the channel as well. MJ is one of my favorites. Right here it is the ETF Alternative Harvest, ticker MJ, that just paid out a dividend this last week. So if you're looking for a little bit safer MJ play, there's a lot of the ETFs. I'll link those in the description. There's MJ, MSOS. There's quite a few, about 4 or 5 that I have that I've talked about here on the channel. So try to cover those as well. Be a little bit safer than just buying a single stock, but you can get a little bit safer exposure to quite a few basket of MJ plays, plus you get a dividend. So MJ Dispensary Roundup, High Tide expands Harvest Health Fluent by Consortium, and Air Wellness each open shops in Florida. So High Tide ramps up its retail footprint with 3 new Ontario dispensaries planned to open more stores. So again, it's a Canadian MJ retailer, HITI, continuing on its streak to store openings in Ontario. Last Thursday kicked off Sells Recreational MJ and its new Canna Cabana retail at 106 Silver Creek Parkway. So if you've been to this location, you can list that in the comments, or if you've been to any High Tide locations, you can list that in the comments as well. Second store in the city, 24th in Ontario and 95th worldwide. So 95th, and so they got about 15 more to go by the end of the year, so is their goal. And located at 450 Garrison Road in Fort Erie and 1491 Beach Road. Now selling MJ products for adult use, bringing the company's total number of branded retail locations across Canada to 97 and 26 in Ontario. So vertically integrated MJ Harvest Health and Recreation, HRVSF, opened another Florida-based store last week ahead of its $2.1 billion merger with TrueLeaf. Ticker TCNNF. I've talked about TrueLeaf a couple times here on the channel as well. Located at 2631 in Kissimmee, the new shop is the 13th in the Sunshine State. So a lot of growth between a couple different companies here. So High Tide opens new Canna Cabana retail MJ stores in Fort Erie and in Ontario. This is just dated here on Thursday, so actually yesterday, and kind of already touched on this one in the article previously, so I'm just going to kind of skim through this information. Again, you can find this on Yahoo Finance. These openings bring High Tide's total number of branded retail stores across Canada to 97 and 26 in Ontario. Selling recreational MJ products and consumption accessories, the new Canna Cabana store in Fort Erie is located at a prime position on Garrison Road, Fort Erie's main commercial corridor. Adjacent to a major grocery retailer and close to several national big box chains. So we'll see how that one does. So again, I said if you have been to any of these locations, go ahead and list that in the comments, and that would be interesting to know. Here it talks a little bit more about what High Tide is, a retail-focused MJ company enhanced by manufacturing of proprietary and licensed consumption accessories. company is the largest Canadian retailer of recreational MJ as measured by revenue, with 97 current locations spanning Ontario, Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. So again, they feature Canna Cabana, Meta MJ Company, and so on. And this is another thing I always like to point out. Key industry investors in High Tide are Tilray, which I just did an article on them, and Aurora. Haven't talked about them in a while. I'm still in the red on Aurora, so kind of soured by Aurora. They used to be my favorite, and then it turned into Afria, which is now Tilray. So High Tide makes the Globe and Mail's third annual ranking of Canada's top growing companies with 733% growth over 3 years. This is actually dated here today. So retail-focused company enhanced by manufacturing proprietary licensed consumption accessories is pleased to announce that it has been named one of Canada's top growing companies for 2021 by the Globe and Mail. The report ranks rapidly expanding Canadian companies based on carefully audited 3-year revenue growth based on criteria. High Tide ranked 82nd out of 448 companies in 2021 with 3-year growth of 733%. Today's recognition from the Globe and Mail, one of Canada's most prestigious daily newspapers, is further validation of High Tide's continued operational execution. Our team has earned the ranking by growing our revenue by 733% in just over 3 years since opening our first MJ retail store in October of 2018. We have been able to grow as a company from just 160 employees to almost 100 stores and over 900 employees today. So about 90 employees per store on average. So they probably have warehouses and whatever else, but just on an average there. So the United States and Europe looks like it was the acquisitions launched in 2019. Canada's top growing companies editorial ranking aims to celebrate entrepreneurial achievement in Canada by identifying and amplifying the success of growth-minded. So I'm going to continue to do videos on this one and continue to watch it as it's just growing and doesn't stop. And as you can see, they're looking to double and get up to 200 stores. So, but they have spots in national newspapers listed on countries' fast-growing businesses. Delta 9, MJ, and High Tide placed 7th and 82nd respectively on Report on Business Magazine's 2021 ranking of Canada's top growing companies. Rankings are not necessarily comprehensive, as companies had to voluntarily apply to be ranked, providing supportive financial documentation. Delta 9, a MJ producer and retailer based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, earned its spot in the list thanks to a 3-year revenue growth of 5,413%. So that is just amazing. So amazing growth on that one. So High Tide opened the first MJ store in October of 2018 and now has almost 100 stores. So just under 3 years and 100 stores. So amazing growth. So now you can see why I keep watching this one and keep doing videos on this one. So amazing growth. Not much here in Reddit. Dilution. Over here to StockTwits, currently at 646 with a low of $1.67, high of 13.29, and average volume of we'll just call it 119 or 118.5. And see if there's any information here in StockTwits. I've talked about a lot of these. TrueLeaf, CureLeaf, Halo Collective, I have not talked about that one, and this is a REIT MSOS. I've talked about that one a couple times. So if you're looking for a little bit safer play plus a dividend, you can look into those. I'll link those in the description. Here's on TipRanks, currently at 646 with almost 109% upside to $13.50, high of 15, low of 12. And if you have High Tide, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis. Any other information you have on High Tide that we can share. And I'll see you all in the next one. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing. And hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.